And he's reeling in pain.
That's it.
On the canvas. As Shakur Stevenson placed the money punch. And look at the reaction of Caraballo. A one and done from Shakur Stevenson after 6 rounds of having it his way.
Well, 6 rounds of punishment, Tess. Caraballo took. And finally, a body shot, a clear body shot landed right on the liver. Caraballo. That's why you heard him grimacing the way he was, because it was right in the soft spot of the body.
Shakur Stevenson said, the expectation is I get rid of a guy like this. That's exactly what he set out to do. He put forth 218 power punches and landed 115 of them. 53% of his power punches landed, and he was as effective as ever.
They're probably going to go to commercial break. We're back, and frankly, this is the level of fights that we're going to be getting for some time until they figure out this whole boxing and pandemic thing. Now, the pay structure and just economic landscape of boxing versus UFC is totally different. There's reasons why, UFC is able to put on the same quality cards without a crowd that they were putting on pre-pandemic compared to what boxing can put on. I.e., look how many promoters are involved in boxing, managers and etc. So in this case, the boxing promotions that are putting on fights have to do in-house fights. Because from my understanding, if I'm correct, from the media call and $25,000 per event for testing, then the whole quarantine is an issue within itself. And then there's now questions on if the testing is reliable or not, according to Michaela Mayer, who was supposed to be fighting Helen Joseph, who fought Delphine Persoon. Basically, Michaela Mayer tested positive for COVID-19. She was pulled from the card, but now she's questioning the accuracy of the test. So here we are. What is it now? June the 9th, 2020, 10:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Top Rank on ESPN Plus. Hold on. Let's listen in. Please subscribe. We're here live real time.
Shakur Stevenson! A body punch capper for Shakur Stevenson. For Stevenson, he's now 14-0 with 8 knockouts, and we will hear from him when we come back. Live from Vegas, Top Rank Boxing on ESPN.
So yeah, let's finish what we were talking about. Shakur Stevenson was supposed to fight Miguel Mariaga back on St. Patty's weekend. Whenever that was. I don't remember. Was I going to that fight? I don't think I was. So now that boxing is back, we don't know when there's going to be boxing events where, oh my bad, goddamn commercial, when there's going to be able to be fans in attendance. Now, fights like Fury versus Wilder 3, according to Mark Kriegel of ESPN, they're talking about Macau, China. Now, this card was an experiment. Low quality fights. The only A side you had on the card was as of now, there was prospects too, was Shakur Stevenson versus J or no, that's like a Felix Caraballo. What side is he? He's like a M side, right? M side fighter? No, let's not be disrespectful. He like a J, K, E side? Well, anyway, let's not spend too much time on that. The point is, looking at this card, let's go full screen. while they were on commercial break. So we are real time, so I'm just chewing the fat because there's no storyline right now. We don't know what's going to happen with Shakur Stevenson. Ideally, we want to see him fight Josh Warrington, but this fight took place at 130. Josh Warrington, IBF 126 pounds. Shakur Stevenson, WBO 126 pounds. And basically, he's talking about moving up and staying at 130. So before we get into that, we're waiting for his post-fight interview. Maybe he may talk about Burchelt. Don't count on Leo Santa Cruz or him versus Gary Russell happening because of promotional issues. We don't even know what's going on with PBC right now, or Golden Boy, or the Zone in general. Fox. Eddie Hearn says he has some plans for July. Josh Warrington is over there with Frank Warren. Frank Warren is saying he's going to be back in July. But in my personal opinion, I don't think that Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotions has the infrastructure to be able to put on closed door fights with guys like Josh Warrington and all them. In my personal opinion, a lot of these fighters are in a wait and see type of mode right now, like when they'll be able to get back to business as usual. But frankly, I got to be honest with you. It's not even any guarantees that movie theaters are going to be back. Things are going to be different. Remember the rumor of possibly Fury versus Wilder 3 in like a huge stadium, like the new stadium in Vegas, but only filling it to like 30% capacity? You know how weird that is? One person sitting here and another person fucking 2-3 seats apart. Imagine if you go with your girl or something and they tell you like, nah, you can't sit with her. Even though y'all couples, y'all got to sit, making shit all weird. By the way, the presentation of this broadcast, look at the little cage and shit in the background. That's Guido something. Cool name. But the presentation overall, and also they have this something, and I forgot what the damn website was, where you would be able to go and sign in and use like your voice to be like crowd noise. And frankly, the crowd noise sounded cool. It didn't sound like it was, put it this way, it had a little bit of atmosphere. It had some atmosphere. Like, I didn't miss the crowd, to be honest with you. They did some nice shit with this, man. So I'm interested to hear what Shakur Stevenson has to say. Also, after this video, I'm going to be doing a live stream, and I have a link to the post-fight media, whatever it is that they're going to be doing. What is this they're doing down here, I wonder? What's this? What is this gathering? They can't leave before they get tested? Oh, here we are. Let me turn it up.
Smile right there, and shh. It hasn't been all fun and games. You hurt your left hand, but you still finished him with that left hand in the 6th round. Walk me through how you were able to push through.
I mean, I came here to get him out of there. My mindset was focused on getting him out of there. I hit him with everything I could early. I wobbled him a bunch of times. He took a lot of punishment, and I started realizing that the headshots wasn't going to get him out of there, so I started going to the body more. So then I started looking this way, I'm looking this way, and then he opened up wide, and I caught him in between his punch. I caught him right in the middle of the shot.
So you finished him with the left hook to the body, the solar plexus. You dropped him with the right hook to the body in the 1st round, and you told me that you got probably hit more, or you felt that you got hit more than in any fight. I just looked at the CompuBox numbers. You got hit with 4 jabs and 14 power punches. That's 18 punches for you. That's a lot.
I felt like it was a lot. In there, I felt like I got hit with a couple of shots that I remember. So, but it was light shots, like little jabs out of nowhere. And I'm like, dang, how he hit me with that? But it felt like he hit me more than what I actually got hit with.
What was different about this fight week, apart from absolutely everything?
I mean, it's a different atmosphere. Losing the weight was different. The training gym was different. I couldn't be around nobody. Even when you fighting with no crowd, it's like you catching them with mean shots and you don't hit no oohs or eyes. So it is a little different.
Now, obviously, you want to set your own pace and your own legacy, but everyone's comparing you to Floyd Mayweather. How do you get out of that shadow?
I mean, we 2 different fighters. I feel like we got 2 different styles. I got my own style. I stole a couple of things from his game. I stole stuff from Pernell Whitaker, Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward. I stole stuff from a lot of guys, so it's not just Floyd that I try to put in my game. So I appreciate all the comparisons to all the people that do, because that's a huge compliment, but I'm still my own fighter. I'm the first Shakur Stevenson.
All right, so you came out with a lot of symbolism. You're named after Tupac Shakur. You came out to his song, and I see the shirt, the shorts, a lot of symbolism tonight for you.
Yeah, for sure. My people right now, they protesting. A lot going on in our community. A lot of people trying to stand up for what's right. I couldn't really go out there and protest with them because I had a fight coming up. I didn't even want to risk catching corona. So now that the fight over, I go out there, protest, mask up, gloves up, and go help my people out.
All right, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you once again once you heal from that left hand.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernardo. And Shakur, very aware of the social justice movement. And we had a discussion with him the other day as well. As far as those CompuBox numbers and the superlatives, by the way, he landed 115 power punches and threw 218. A sixth-round knockout. Bodywork sensational. We'll wrap things up when we come back.
Well, we're not going to wait for them to wrap things up. We're going to wrap things up here ourselves. So he improves to 14-0 with 8 KOs. He still has his WBO 126-pound title, but as we were talking about before, he doesn't seem too thrilled or confident that he'll be going back down to 126, especially if you listen to the media call and, some of the interviews he had this week. Like, he really wants Josh Warrington. And, there'll be Mick Conlon right there on the horizon as well. So at 130, however, you got a fight with Jamel Herring that could possibly happen. These guys have shared camps together, from my understanding. And even though they're not close friends, from my understanding, they are, friendly toward each other. A fight that can happen. The JoJo Diaz fight can happen. Golden Boy and Top Rank have worked together. Miguel Bergchild, I would salivate for that. Salivating now. Even Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. So he's trying to go into the, the deeper end of the pool. So yeah, the Josh Warrington fight is there for him to be unified, but after that, he would definitely move up. Like, if he was to fight Josh Warrington and win, he would definitely move up. By the way, we're going to be here Wednesday for this. Hold on, we're going to be here Thursday. I keep saying this one.
We will see. Delano is top ranked.
Well, actually, we can't watch this because I got to get to my post-fight stream. So as I was saying, there's some nice fights up there, at 130 for him to have. But like I said, there's really no storyline with this fight. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. I like the presentation. By the way, none of the commentators were there tonight. They were doing it via satellite. And outside of a little small hiccups, from my understanding, from what I've seen, they did good. What I've heard, they did good. It wasn't, I didn't see, it was kind of flawless. So, but it is ESPN, and you do expect that from them. Also, I noticed Andre Ward didn't do commentary during the fight. I like that, and especially I probably understand he wanted to pay attention and, give a non-biased approach. So here, look at the back. Everything is sterilized. The gloves are throwaway, everything. They checking his hand. Damn. It's hard to say, like, depending on what's happening with his hand, I wonder when he's going to be back. And how long is this going to last with boxing? But I can't get into too much detail here. I want to save it for the stream. So let's talk about the card a little bit. It was only 5 fights. Heavyweight prospect Gerald Anderson defeated Johnny Langston. There was 3 first round stoppages, right? Or was it? It was 3. One went to. This one, Kaz versus Metcalf had a crazy cut. Rabisi Ramirez, I was at his first fight when he lost to Aiden Gonzalez, right? Or Alan Aiden, I forgot. This was the first round stoppage, first fight of the night. Guido Villanello, Hainsworth, first round stoppage. This is a heavyweight that they're touting. Jared Anderson, another heavyweight. Third round, and then it was a lot of filler, but overall I'm going to rate the card a C and C. I was going to say C plus, but I really can't because it's close to a B. And that's just basically solely off of presentation and commentary and shit. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.